Well, I call this place the Smokehouse because that's the primary thing I'm gonna be doing here. I've got all my grills outside in one location, but it's got this cool indoor area where I can get inside out of the elements. It's a great place to film, but it's a cool place just to hang out. I mean, we started out, I cooked in the front yard, I cooked in the backyard. I didn't even have a covered area when I started. We moved to Hernando and I got a nice little covered outdoor kitchen. That was my first like outdoor kitchen area with nice countertops and covered, but you're still in the elements. My dream was to have a building that brought the outdoor element in, had the inside, still a cool place to hang out, and that's kind of how the Smokehouse evolved too. Outside in the cooking area, I wanted it to have a kitchen setup, but without being too permanent. So I went the modular route. And I got with Griller Grills, and they made some really cool outdoor kitchen pieces that go not only with their grills, you can put any grill on them. I wanted a sink and I wanted a refrigerator to keep some drinks and stuff cold, but also I wanted plenty of storage. So it comes with these cool cabinets. We got drawers, we got under counter storage of all kinds, more storage, nice little L configuration, but you could take all this stuff out really easy, or you can add to it. But I got a pellet grill, that's the Silverback. This is my pride and joy. Mr. J. Craig made me this custom Outlaw with the glass firebox door so I can watch the fire as it burns. We had this dude rolling yesterday. We filled it up with ribs. It's the Let's Get to Cooking model. And I got another pellet grill in the corner, that's the Mammoth. I gotta have a drum. Then we get to the ceramics. I've got the XL and the XXL Primo. They're both on carts, so they're easily maneuvered around. But this is the XXL, the big dog, I call it. Trusty Weber kettle. This is my Crank It Up grill. It's a Santa Maria style where I can raise and lower the cooking grate, build a fire in the bottom. My favorite thing out here is this HowToBBQRight sign. Rochelle had that made as a custom neon sign, and Jamie built the backboard. Then I've got another big bar, and this one's a little bit bigger than the one on the inside, but I wanted that same fat boy bar height, great place to do the videos from, but I've got bar stools around it where we can all hang out. We can serve food on it. Got a couple TVs for watching different games out here. And those vents up top are the exhaust vents that draw the smoke out. We figured out you have to turn the fan off for the exhaust vents to pull or it works against itself. It's got a pretty good exhaust system, but my problem is I screened in the windows and it just kind of pulls it back in those screens. That part sucks. But it only lasts for a few minutes when we smoke it out. And it's a smokehouse. You gotta give these smokers a few minutes to fire up or it gets really, really smoky in here, but it makes it smell incredible. It smells like a smokehouse. But you come inside, kind of the smooth 70 degrees. If I had to pick my favorite thing about the smokehouse, it's probably the brick wall behind me and the open shelves. I just think that's cool. It gives it a different feel than a kitchen. But I did all this open shelving instead of doing like traditional cabinets in here. I wanted a place to put all my favorite drinks, but I also didn't want it to look like a regular old kitchen. I wanted it to have kind of a sports bar feel. There's a Frank up top, guarding the beer. My hog head that you see over here guarding the refrigerator is old Frank. Now, he came from the state of Michigan, and the guy that actually shot him was named Frank, hence why I named him Frank. His wife didn't want him to keep him in the house any longer, and I said, well, you know what? I got the perfect place for him. And at one point in time, old Frank was one of the biggest hogs ever killed in the state of Michigan. I think he was like almost 700 pounds. I think if I was a wild hog, I'd probably look like Frank. A big old mean, nasty looking joker. I'm not a collector of any means. Everything back you see behind me is for drinking. It makes ice taste better. I've got some bottles that we got when we went to the Jack Daniel's World Championship that we actually had engraved. If I had to pick something that I'm not crazy about opening, it's probably those. But if times got tough, we'd be drinking that, I promise you. This is the inside of the smokehouse, y'all. I've got another big bar, good height on it. I mean, it doesn't break your back. That was important to me. And over here is the kind of living room area. We just set up the couch, a couple chairs, but we actually do a podcast here every week for Buck Junkies. And this is kind of just a hangout area. Got another TV over there if you want to watch the game inside. So if you're gonna have all these open shelves, that's gonna cut your storage back. That's how I did the big pantry. I mean, it's got all the dry goods and ingredients that I cook with, but it's got all the supplies. I mean, you think of the pans, the full, the cutting boards. Then you come in here to the restroom. Several of my favorite Minnesota Vikings plays on the wall, but the coolest thing in here is Elvis and Nixon. I don't even know what this is. And this is the bedroom. This is why we have a guest come over. You see the bed's kind of messy. Someone just stayed here. But we use it for storage too. Our podcast equipment, some of our cameras, tripods. I mean, one person could live here comfortably.
I can't.
I'll tell you, if I ever get kicked out, I'm gonna be living at the smokehouse. Y'all just come see me down here. So I also use it for entertaining. Besides just doing our videos and stuff, I had all the local police officers out and we kind of fed them lunch one day. I've done my ambassador event out here. We invited a bunch of our ambassadors down. We cooked a hog. It's not just a place to do videos. I love cooking, I love sharing, and I love getting together with folks and having a good time. That's what the smokehouse is for. I go from cooking in that yellow kitchen to having a place where it's completely covered and I've got all my supplies, all my grills, everything in one place. It's unbelievable, and I'm happy to share it with y'all. I hope to keep sharing it and keep doing videos here for a long time. At least that's my plan, good Lord's willing. You go in the cooking area, first thing you smell is smoke. It smells like an old-fashioned barbecue. It's a smell like no other. It's in my blood. I may smell like it when I go to bed at night, but Shell likes it. I'm just rambling now.